Hello, RunFit fam. In this week's video, we are talking about specific strength training for endurance runners, meaning marathoners, when you're in a speed training block. Because we're at that point in the calendar where a lot of runners might already be in an 8-week speed block section, or you're already in it. And I talked with some of you all on Threads, and a lot of you guys were saying that when your speed goes up, you actually decrease the intensity of your strength, because you're trying to offload the balance of those two. I have some thoughts. You're not wrong, but you're not quite 100% right. What you can be doing here instead is dropping your strength down to 2 times a week, but making sure you keep the intensity of your lifting up high. Because when you increase speed, how much time you're spending running fast, the distance, that is basically load. When that load increases, you need your body to be strong enough to handle that load. And that is why intense heavy lifting strength training is still needed. So let's hop into that circuit right now. It's your favorite exercise, a Bulgarian split squat, but for this one, I want you to deliberately choose heavy weights because breaking news, you don't need to see a 5-minute clip of me doing a Bulgarian split squat. So I'm gonna hop in real quick. Yes, that is what the split squat looks like. You're gonna do this split squat the same as you've done before with heavy weights. However, how you're going to do it is going to be a little different. We're going to do an EMOM, E-M-O-M, meaning every minute on the minute. Now, I know what you're thinking, that you landed in CrossFit world. No, you didn't. But we're going to steal that tool from them, because in this particular EMOM, we're only going to do it for 10 minutes, which means the exercise is done in 10 minutes and you're not doing it for the full time allotment. What you're doing here is 5 on each leg, and then you rest the rest of the minute. So in reality, you probably get 45 seconds worth of rest, and so you do another 5 on each leg. When I first looked at this, I thought it was overwhelming, but I've been playing around with it for a month, and it is actually fun in a weird way, because you are only pushing yourself for a very short period of time, and then you get to bribe yourself with resting. So it's a win-win-win. Again, an exercise that you've seen before, step-ups, but I want you to watch a couple reps of what I'm doing. What do you notice is different, and what do you think you might be doing wrong? This is how I usually see people doing step-ups in the gym, in the clinic, when I'm treating patients, or when I'm watching you guys if we have a one-on-one Zoom call. I see people collapsing or slamming into that bottom leg, and they're lacking the control of the descent because you get so focused on the stepping up part. I want you to focus on, I want you to think about a soft landing on the foot that is coming down from the step and the foot that is on the step. I want you to lift it up just a little bit. It only has to be like 1 or 2 inches. But that's going to reset the exercise. It's going to re-engage your entire leg, your hamstring, and your quad that is doing the work to get you up and then to get you down off the step. Most importantly, when you slowly control your descent, you are working eccentric strength, which is super important for deceleration and hills. If you spent any time on my channel, this exercise will be familiar to you, but just in case it's not, you can always start with 2 legs on the bench. You can then transition to 1 leg as needed, and eventually the weights are going to be up overhead. You can see how this looks like running on your back, and when the weight is up overhead in both hands, you are now engaging your core in a position that looks like running. Now, I'm going to talk more about why we are supersetting this exercise with the one previously, because that's important for speed. That's it, RunFit fam. The entire circuit is 3 exercises, and it'll take you 20 minutes if that. A quick note on the last 2 exercises. Stealing another fancy lifting term from the lifting world is a superset. And all that means is you're doing those 2 exercises back to back, but continue to rest as needed. Here's a quick detail on why I picked those 2 exercises. You're going to notice that none of those exercises are actually very different. You've probably all done them before if you've hung out on my YouTube channel for a hot minute. But those last 2 in particular, you're going to feel your quads work a heck of a lot, stepping up and stepping down because you're going to control that descent, right? And then we're going to hit the opposite muscle to the quads, the hamstrings, in that last exercise. And that's on purpose. When you are running fast, when you have a longer stride, those two muscles are kind of like dual light switches. When one clicks on, the other clicks off, boom, 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 over and over with each stride. When we do exercises that not only look like running, but kind of help to replicate how fast those dual light switches flip on and off, it gives those muscles a preview of what's to come, furthering helping you not get injured, because that's what we like to hear, right? All right, Running Fit fam, if you found any of that information useful, helpful, and you're excited to have strength exercises that look like running and they're specific to speed training right now, here's what I want you to do. If you want more resources, I've got an entire detailed blog post on my website at drwhitfit.com. But more importantly, please subscribe so we can hang out more often. And until next time, Running Fit fam, dare to train differently.